Doesn't Geno's have a race in an hour?
I think he does.
And they're underway.
Surprisingly enough, they both get the wooden sword. I'm shocked by this event, but there we go.
No wood sword skip today, huh? All right, so get you guys a quick glance on what's going to be happening here. We are going to see both people doing the 2-first route, which is a change. Not necessarily that they're both doing the 2-first route, but the fact that we have both racers actually doing the same path, which has been a rarity so far at the beginning of this tournament.
Absolutely, because sometimes you see some of the guys do the 3 first, and then you see some of the guys do the 2 first.
Yep. And then even if they go 2 first, you'll see all different kinds of variations of that. But right now we have got both racers making their way up towards level 2. Both of them taking a half-heart of damage on the way there, so they are as pretty much as even as you can get here. Stream delay notwithstanding.
Actually, it does look like Slidick's going to get to 2 first by about a second or 2.
Yeah, that's not a lot, actually, They'll be, 2. We've seen some racers take some damage in 2, so yeah.
Yeah, I've seen a 3-death 2. I think that was also part of the infamous Lack crashing race.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Yep. So, what are the big things you're looking at coming, wanting to be in your inventory coming out of 2?
More importantly, is the bombs, because you need to get that to get the 5th heart to get the white sword.
Mm-hmm. And basically, I'll aim to have at least 20 rupees or so leaving, just to set me up, further down the road.
Slidick's got bombs over Leysa, who's now facing out against the Moldorn.
Yeah, Leysa getting very unlucky with the Master Guerrero not getting any bombs dropped at all. Alright, so we are going to be making our way into the final Guerrilla room, getting a bomb drop there. I'm not sure if that was a forced bomb or not. I wasn't keeping track, but Slidick going to have 8 bombs going into Dodongo. Let's see how Dodongo behaves here.
Oh, Slidick getting a good kill against Dodongo.
Very nice. So he'll be leaving 2 at about 226, 227 on the Triforce grab, and having no hearts to refill. That is going to be very nice.
227 is a real good time.
Yeah, and that's actually 2 seconds faster than his PB, so that's going to be a good way to start off here. Now, Leysa making her way into the Dodongo room, also getting a nice quick kill on Dodongo. However, she is going to be leaving with only 6 bombs as opposed to 8. You do want to be kind of full leaving 2.
Yeah, it's ideally leaving full with bombs, leaving at level 2.
16-second difference between the 2, leaving 2.
And now what you're going to see is you're going to see a lot of rupees being picked up, a couple of 30 secrets, and if they're on the blue ring route, you will see 100 secret be picked up here in the northeast.
I know Leysa will definitely doing blue ring.
It's looking like Slidick is not going to take that. Looks like he's just going right for Monocle Rock.
Oh, interesting.
But now he's curving back.
Oh, maybe just making a quick pit stop to get the extra heart there before he went up there. Just
yeah,
a variation. Okay, nope.
That way he can do the screen scroll from right to left into the.
Yep, as he's now going to get the 100 now.
Yeah, that makes sense. That does make a ton of sense. I do remember actually calling the first race that Slidick had. He was going up against Cantaloupe, and the thing that struck me more than anything else was how smooth his Dark Nut rooms were. And when I say Dark Nut rooms, I mean the 1 in level 5 and the 2 in level 8. They were pretty much perfect to watch during that race. So I will personally be interested in how well the Dark Nut rooms go for him on this race, just because of how well they went on the previous one.
A lot of the who can get out of this is Dark Nut luck, especially in levels 5 and 8.
Yeah, I have pontificated numerous times on the differences between 5 and 8 and which one's easier, which one's harder, and you get varying opinions from everybody.
Pontificated.
One thing we're going to have to watch out here with Slidick is he's down to 2 hearts, so if he gets hit by the Lionel at the top of the white sword, he's done. He's got to go back to get that white sword.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate.
He got a good fairy, though. Big fairy drop.
Lucky fairy drop, that's going to help. Although choosing to not do the a screen scroll here, but you really don't need that because you're getting the white sword. If you're going to 5, you would. I'm a little I'm way ahead of myself on my time here. Both of them are going with blue candle, though, so we are not going to see any red candles here. Slidick opting to see where the Lionel spawns and opting to not like its position and then to walk past it. Opting to go with a sword beam to get that Lionel to go pretty much down towards the entrance, so he has a very easy path to the white sword.
Both of them getting past the Lionels without too much trouble to get the white sword.
Yep. And as Slidick is leaving the cave above the waterfall, Leysamie is entering the cave above the waterfall, so they're both going to be getting the white sword at a fairly decent clip here.
Slidick now making the path over to level 1. 6 bombs for him versus Leysamie's 4. Going to have to be interesting to see how they go about doing level 1 with that difference.
Yep. The big thing here is level 1, at least with bombs, you do have the option to force bombs. And when I say force bombs, what we mean here is the game itself keeps track of the kills that you do. So each enemy has a certain chance to drop a certain item based on whether it's the first, second, third, etc. enemy you've killed. When referring to forced bombs, it's referring to the consecutive kills counter, and that just basically means how many enemies you have killed in a row without taking damage. If you kill 10 enemies in a row consecutively without taking damage, that 10th enemy you kill, if it's capable of dropping an item, will always drop a forced 5 rupee drop. However, if that 10th enemy is killed using a bomb, then it will instead be forced to drop a bomb. So if you are watching races with audio, or watching streamers do things like that, you will see them counting to themselves a lot. And that is because they're keeping track of their consecutive kills counter.
It's what that whole 8th dungeon there where it says the 10th enemy has the bomb. That's exactly what they say. It's exactly what it means. First try block clip for Slidick.
Yep, also keeping on with things, you will notice that both racers, when they entered level 1 here to start with, they entered, exited, and re-entered immediately. What that does is it has to do with the way the game is layered, but basically it tricks the game into thinking you entered through the top, so it just removes the key door there so you can save a key entering level 1.
Indeed, and it just allows you to keep the keys for later dungeons. As we see Leysamie now, she's down to 1 heart, so she's going to have to be careful in that Garaya room coming up. If she gets hit with the boomerang, she's dead.
That is Lord Banana, not a boomerang.
That's correct. That's correct.
I feel the need to point that out.
Terminology, right?
Yep. Meanwhile, Aquamanus, you're going to see Aquamanus twice here in the race. First in level 1, and then again in level 7. Leysa doing some deft dodging of Lord Banana there in the aforementioned Gorilla room, so that is nice at least. So
Slidick's only 2.7 seconds above his personal best right now after leaving 1.
Yeah, and it looks like Lace is going to be leaving in about 6 seconds here, exactly 6 seconds. So now what we're going to see is a little bit more money gathering on the way to level 3. And at this point, you are going to be seeing money gathering so they can pick up the blue ring if they're doing that, which I believe both of them are. And after the blue ring, the last 2 pieces of shopping that they are going to need to do is going to be picking up the arrows and the bait. The bait is required to get through level 7, and the arrows are required to kill Goma to get through level 6.
Absolutely. So now both of them are sitting right now with 157 and 158 rupees. So all they need now is the 100 secret coming out of the
tree, the Deadwoods tree, 2 screens south of the lake where level 7 is located. You're also going to see both of them picking up the heart container that is underneath Candle Row, and that's basically called that because there's just a row of trees you can burn there. What you have basically there is by picking up that heart, that tells me that both racers are going to be picking up a potion somewhere else along the line. More than likely it's going to be at the Raft Heart spot, but could also be at the one on the coast 2 screens east of the Power Bracelet slot.
Slidick now in level 3 here and coming up to the Red Dark, the room that you can get the bombs in.
Yep. And the one benefit that both racers have taking the level 2 first as opposed to level 3 first is you're entering level 3 with a lot more hearts and you're not dependent on bomb drops. That and the white sword makes the forced dark nut rooms much, much easier, because whereas the wood sword will only deal 1 hit point of damage to the 4 hit point dark nuts, the white sword will deal 2 hit points of damage, meaning they're much easier to kill with your sword. However, if you manage to get them in a point where their bombs will harm them, that makes it even better because of the area of effect blast radius on the bomb. As for being able to hit dark nuts with bombs, yes, you can. It takes a little bit of fancy timing, but you can in fact do it.
It's much more easy to go through 3 with white sword than with wood sword, trust me.
Ooh, Lacey getting some trouble in that forced dark nut room here, just north of the raft. She's down to a half a heart now.
Half a heart. This is going to be interesting to see if she can get past that dark nut on the way to the ladder. She drops a bomb. Doesn't get any of them.
And no drops.
Yeah,
She only has 2 bombs now, which could come into play.
Yeah, well, especially if Manhandle decides it doesn't want to behave.
Well, yeah, and especially with half a heart, it's going to be tricky.
Mm-hmm.
Also, lots of Hyrule driver spam in the chat.
Oh, there we go. Slidick with the 1-hit kill on the Manhandler.
That's a really, really nice Manhandle and a really strong 3. That puts him 15 seconds ahead of his PB. Leysa, meanwhile, fishing for hearts here against Dark Nuts, or maybe trying to kill them to get the bombs.
She's trying to get the bomb drop in the room, I believe.
Yeah,
oh, and getting the lucky drop too. That's gonna help.
Yeah. Only thing she has to worry about is hearts here, though. She might try to pick a couple up off those Zols in the room before.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not.
Nope.
She's going to chance it with a heart and a half. Hopefully she can get the 1-hit kill.
And
Ooh,
she
bad
doesn't.
Setup there, only gets 1 arm.
Pro handle it. That's 1 arm per bomb and Manhandle it.
And she goes
done.
down.
Ah, getting sniped by Manhandle. That's gonna hurt.
As she would rephrase it, she just got hugged by Manhandler.
And good old Troll Handler.
Yep, as Slidick now is going to purchase the blue ring, which you need 250 rupees for.
Yep. And what the blue ring is going to do is it's going to cut the damage you take in half, which effectively doubles the hearts you have. So Slidick right now has 8 hearts. By grabbing the blue tunic, it's going to effectively make it so he has 16.
I missed the blue ring.
I missed the blue ring. Yes. Funny, this is not the first time I've heard you say that this week.
No, I've said that a couple times, yeah. Unfortunately, so.
Leysamie now finally... Oh, she only got 3 of 4.
Oh,
and she's having... Oh, she got it. Lucky kill.
Oh, lucky kill. She's got to be happy just to get done with that. So Leysa is a full minute and almost a minute and a half behind PB, but she's got to be happy just finally getting out of level 3.
But anything can still happen. I mean, we still got the Dark Nuts in 5 coming up. We've still got some problematic enemies. This race is not over with by any stretch of the imagination.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, absolutely not.
So what you just saw Slidick do there is one of 3 clips you're going to see in the game. You might not see all 3 of them, but it was a block clip. You saw both racers do it in level 1. I think you saw both of them to skip having to go around and push the block in the diamond room to grab the bow. By doing it in that room, it is one of the diagonal block rooms. You can clip through the top block on the corner there to avoid having to go all the way around. It does involve basically placing yourself on a precise pixel, moving 1 frame, putting in a 1 frame input in the opposite direction you're standing. So if you're standing on the left to right side, if Link's facing right or left, you want to tap up or down. Yeah. And that will allow you to clip into the block. The same principle is also applied when we're doing a ladder clip, which you will probably see here in 4 after this breakfast room from Slidick, and he gets the ladder.
Yeah, there's an easy visual clue in that room, though. There's a little white line right next to where Link's feet should be in the room, so that's a little hint for those who don't know that little trick in the dark room with the block. There's a little white line to the right where you can line up Link's feet.
And here comes Slidick with the chance for the ladder clip.
Yep. And the reason the ladder clip is utilized here in this room is because you can't see it right now because it's dark. But this is one of 2 rooms that you'll see in the primary dungeons. There's one here in 4 and one in 5, where you walk in, you're on a T-shaped island, and you can't cross it because there is 2 tiles full of water that you're going to have to cross. And the step ladder, it only allows you to cross 1. By doing the ladder clip, which implies the same principles as the block clip, it allows you to skip over and actually cross 2 tile wide water.
And that thing in level 4 allows you to save 2 rooms that you'd have to go through in order to get around.
Mm-hmm.
As a nice smooth Gleeok kill there for Slidick. He's 24 seconds ahead of his personal best.
Doing pretty good.
Yeah, and Gleeok is made pretty much trivial in this route with the blue ring and the white sword. Having the white sword and the blue ring just makes the 2-headed Gleeok a lot easier in this route than it would be in the 3 first route. Because in the 3 first route, you have 4 hearts and the wooden sword to play with.
And for those of you who kill Gleeok with the white sword, it is 5 to take care of the first head, 3 to take care of the second. Double that, and that's what you have to do with the wood sword with only 4 hearts.
So that would be a total of 16 hits for those who aren't doing math in their head. And I would say a math guy can help us out, but apparently he's being wrecked currently in chat.
Hey, I don't have anything to do with that.
No, it's that 1997 guy, isn't it?
Yeah, that guy's a jerk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Don't ever trust that guy.
No. So as
A lot of deleted messages right there.
Yeah. So as Slidick is making his way up to level 5 to acquire the next item required, which is the recorder, Leysa is just acquiring the step ladder here in 4. So you're going to see hopefully another chance or another attempt at the ladder clip here. Yep.
She attempts the ladder clip, and there she goes. She got it.
And I'm just going to point out that Slidick just picked up the potion instead of the heart, which is going to help him, give him a little bit of extra room in case he gets into trouble in any of the upcoming dungeons.
So, Mike, do you want to elaborate on the usefulness of a potion for me?
You're hilarious.
Keep in
It's
mind,
important.
you're the one giving me the message.
I will let you guys know that it's important to potion in this game, especially when you're in the later levels. Especially when there are wed whiz
Wed whiz Wascally rabbit!
Yeah, when there's red whiz robes that, do 4 hearts of damage with a beam. So, yeah, potions are important in this. So, that's all I'll leave it at.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Leysa is completing level 4, making short work of the 2-headed Gleeok.
So when do you want to race, Greenleaf?
Never. Why do you think I'm doing commentary? Because
There you go. There you go.
We're coming upon one of the most important screen scrolls of the game here with Slidick as he gets ready to make his way to 5, because otherwise what's going to happen is you're going to have to go up, 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 up in order to get to level 5, and that's a huge time loss, and he gets on the first try.
Bad.
That is a huge time saver to get that on the first try. The other... Now, thanks, Mike. Now you got Cantaloupe offering to race me in chat, too.
You're welcome.
Oh, boy. Now, are we talking about a Zelda race or a foot race? Because I'll probably lose either one.
Probably a Zelda race. We got Slidick. Man, he keeps buffering for me. Slidick is on his way to the recorder room.
Yep.
And this is going to be one of the more trivial rooms of this game.
Yeah. So, getting a good pattern there, getting a couple of bunch together just to start. That first bomb's going to be good. The only downside you have here is he did get hit, so we won't be able to force a bomb, but getting a nice fairy there. So that was actually a really, really smooth Darknet room there.
That is one of the best Darknet rooms you possibly can have without getting any bombs out of it.
Yeah, that is a really, really smooth room. And getting the recorder now, so he's going to be making his way back through. And I did not see if he left the bombs floating in the Gibdo's belly. If he did, he is all set for the rest of 5. Oh, he did? Excellent.
He did.
Yep. Meanwhile, you see Leysa making a quick pit stop at the shop on the coast because she had the money to buy the arrows, so she's here, so you might as well. And that's going to save her a trip into one of the stores on the way back through Pass 5 to get to level 7.
I'm just going to point out that Slidick did the same thing. He's already got the arrow, too.
Oh, excellent. I didn't catch that. I was too busy getting challenged to race because about my questionable line of thought with potions.
And he's going for a bomb drop on the Dodongo. Got it on the first try. Gets himself up to 7.
And managed to not get pincered. So that is a nice to get out of that room without getting pincered. Leysa, however, not going for the clip.
This is where the whole entire clip can cost you a whole lot of time if you don't pull it off.
This is the dishonorable walk of shame up to level 5.
This is what Leysa would call the walk of shame.
I thought the walk of shame was missing the screen scroll through the Lost Woods.
I think she calls it both.
There are multiple walks of shame in this game, so.
Yes, the 3 Leysa walks of shame: walking up the mountain ahead, walking through the Lost Woods, and walking next to the bomb you placed by the door.
Oh yes, of course. Hey, how was you gonna open a locked door with no keys?
Oh, he is 139 over his personal best. Slidick is getting a good run here.
Good.
Jeez. I don't understand everybody with their PBing during these races. It's amazing.
And not just race PBing, like actual PBing.
Yeah, exactly.
I think part is going to come from a lot of people started to pick up this game when this tournament was announced. So you'll see them slowly progressing and getting better and better. So that's why you see all these PBs. And as we're discussing that, you're going to be seeing Slidick do a screen scroll from 4 to go shopping to pick up the bait. And Leysa is going to be in level 5, having a little bit of trouble with the Darknet room, but still managing to keep Beam Sword through most of it. And that's going to help. And now the Darknet decides it's going to get a little feisty and stab her in the back.
So now with this purchase here, Slidick is done with any shopping he needs to do. He's got the 2 rupees he needs still for the rest of this game.
Yep. And what we're being referred to with the 2 rupees is you need 1 rupee every time you fire an arrow. So the 2 required rupees left are 1 arrow for the hopefully 1 shot you take on Goma, and 1 other rupee for hopefully the 1 shot you take on Ganon. Now, with that keeping in mind, however, you will need to find the silver arrow Master Sword. That was not introduced until I believe it was in the past. But the magic sword is 12 hearts on 14. 12 hearts is required to pick the magic sword. And although we didn't address it earlier, the white sword requires 5 hearts to pick up.
Which is why it's important to have bombs leaving 2 so you can pick up that heart at that rock.
Yep, and that exactly. Now we are, so Leysa is going to be hitting at Grumble here as Slidick is entering the home of everybody's favorite 8-bit enemy, aka the Wed Wizwobes. Don't feed the animals anymore.
Yeah, there you go, right?
I'll point this out. Slidick is getting really lucky with the bomb drops, too.
He is having all sorts of luck right now. So now Slidick going into one of the more difficult rooms in the game. It is a required kill room because you have the shutters and you have 2 red Wizrobes, 2 blue Wizrobes, and 3 like-likes. Even with
what I call...
Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's just what I call Wizrobe Hell, number 1.
One of several.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's about ready to head to Wizrobe Hell number 2.
That'd be the single-blocked stair room?
That's right.
All right, so as Slidick is making his way through Wizrobe Hell, Leysa,
hard to say, isn't it?
I said Wizwobe Hell on purpose that way.
Leysa, very quiet. I'm hunting Wizwobes.
Meanwhile, Leysa making her way through the Dig Dogger room and into the one of the 2 reverse C rooms. I prefer the term elongated U, but that's just me. And clock, getting all kinds of clock. Leysa switching to arrow strats now to avoid the clock and the bubbles. That's going to help. Switching to the arrows there was definitely a good idea to avoid the clock. And now just picking up the clock to avoid the bubbles being a little bit trolly.
Yeah, I've got actually at the moment Leysa taking down Aquamentus, so she will be on her way to level 6 with 3 bombs.
Slidick not getting the perfect Goma pattern, which is straight towards you, but gets it done before it closes his eye, and still 208 over his personal best.
208, man.
That is a perfectly even level 6. That's real good there. And now you're going to see Leysa making her way over to level 6 to pick up the Master Sword as well. Are we going to see Leysa go with the screen scroll to skip? Yes, we are going to see an attempt at the screen scroll to skip the Lost Woods. We're only going to get 1 Walk of Shame here, maybe?
Oh, she's having some trouble with it, though.
Yep. Slidick, meanwhile, is whistling to 2, and he will be going down to 8 and burning that bush. Hopefully we don't see... he switches to the Kindle now, because I have seen too many times, cough, Fred, cough, of getting to 8, blowing the whistle instead of the candle, and getting caught.
Leysa having to take the second Walk of Shame, and not do the screen scroll.
Yep. And you'll see the path is going to be south, west, north, and west. Or,
North, west, southwest.
Northwest, southwest. I got them confused.
Why are we talking about Kanye's kid?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
Wait. No.
Oh.
Do I have a mute fellow commentators button? Because that deserves it.
Go ahead. You can do whatever you want.
Can we get some wrecking happening in here, please?
Leysa picking up the magical sword on her way to 6.
Yep. Oh. Meanwhile, Slidick is in the third Dark Nut room in 8. Yeah. So Slidick in the third Dark Nut room in 8, having a little bit of trouble here now.
Gotta watch his health in this room.
Yep.
These
He does
things can
have
still
potions here. Yep. He does have the potion if he needs it.
But it's one of those cases where you'd really like to save it for level 9 if you can.
True,
That
but given the choice
does
between... Yeah. Excuse me, and given the choice between using the potion in 8 or dying in 8, I'll use the potion.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It's not a question of taking a chance. You lose this, yeah, you got yourself a nice lead, but you don't know where the other person is unless you're watching their stream. Ooh, watching out against Gliok. They got it done though. Lost a little bit on his personal best run there, but 158 still up.
Yeah.
He's got 2 minutes to play with going into 9 here. That's got to be good. Meanwhile, Leysa is still trudging along through Wizwobe Hell in level 6.
Mm-hmm. She makes it now through to get that key. Now going to deal with the Vires for dealing with Wizrobe Hell number 2.
Yep, the Vires in the Room of No Drops. Aptly named because if you kill all the Vires, but you have to, you get nothing for it.
Pretty much.
She does get a heart, which will help her at least, and she gets the bomb down to get the first hit on those blue Wizrobes.
She's taken some major damage in that room.
Oh, yeah. She's being a little too aggressive in that room.
She had a couple red Wizrobe beams to the head.
And now she's getting hugged by the likes.
Everybody just wants pancakes. That's all it is.
Yeah, but this isn't International House of Pancakes.
No. Nobody wants the Grand Slam here.
No. No, it's the H-Hop, Hyrule House of Pancakes. Get it right. Speaking of the Hyrule House of Pancakes, Slidick is now entering Death Mountain level 9, so everybody in the chat, get your Hyrule Driver emotes ready, because I want to see some spam at this point. I didn't necessarily want to see a Hyrule Driver, but I want to see some Hyrule Driver spam going on.
Still one of the best emotes I've ever seen.
It is.
Slidick getting the third block clip there without much of a problem there. Just want to point out, when you enter level 9, you want to have either 2 or 3 keys. And that's because there's 3 locked doors on your way to Ganon. You can get a key drop in the first breakfast room there with the 2 bubbles after you go north of the where the old man tells you got to have the Triforce if you need that 3rd key. But it's good to enter with 3 keys.
Yep, because the number of keys you need to complete level 9 is 3. Now on Sliddick's screen, this is one of 3 patras you're going to see. Getting a lot of buffering here, but basically you can either try and skip it and tank some damage to try and go through that door, or you can kill it. By killing the patra, which you see Slidick doing, you do get a bomb drop, which does help.
Yeah, and with 4 bombs, it would help him for the remainder of the dungeon, because you do need bombs to get through this entire dungeon. I believe it's, what, 5 of them?
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah,
but you always want more, though, yeah.
Well, yeah, you want to have more,
Yeah.
but you need to have 5 to get through this dungeon.
Right, and the extra bombs are going to be huge in the reverse C room coming up.
Oh, yes. Don't think that Slidick has this race won just yet, because reverse C can do things to people.
Yep, the one big advantage Slidick does have, talking about that though, is he does have 2 potions available to use.
Absolutely. As he now makes his way to reverse C.
And meanwhile, Leysa in the first Doctor Room in level 8, getting a nice fairy there at the end to only leave with only 2 hearts of damage. So that is really, really nice there.
And this is reverse C hell now for Slidick. 3 bubbles and whiz robes.
Taking some bubble hits over there.
And he gets
Safe to
through,
say-
only down 5 hearts.
Safe to say that this is the most difficult room in the game?
Arguably so.
It's
It's
a
arguably
technical
so.
room. It's. I think I used to say it was the hardest room in the game, but I think after, if you practice it enough, you kind of get the movements around. But it's up there in the top 3.
Absolutely. Oh, reverse clip too.
Oh, getting the reverse clip, that's huge.
Very big.
Absolutely.
Meanwhile,
Trying
now
to
you see-
avoid this patra so he can get out of the room, and he does, but takes some hits heading into a pair of like rooms.
Yeah, and Leysa getting the safety heart after killing the 4-headed Gleeok, so she will be on her way to level 9, and she is unfortunately 2 minutes behind her PB, so...
As we now look at Slidick, he's going through the final required Wizrobe room.
That's got to be something nice to say, the final required Wizrobe room.
There he goes, gets through it, got 5 hearts, both potions.
Yeah, both potions is the huge part here.
Yep, he's looking good.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, just missed the beam heading into the final room. That's where you need the last bomb for. And 1 final black clip, and he's on his way to the final patra. Ganon's Guardian.
Barring some kind of disaster here. Yeah.
I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen in 9 on numerous occasions, so I'm not saying anything till I see no more Hyrule drivers.
Really? You've seen people die at 9 in Ganon? Who are you talking about?
I have no idea. I truly don't know. But meanwhile, making short work of the patra, getting a 5 rupee drop, so there's plenty of arrows and ammunition to go around for if Ganon decides he wants a hug. Leysa, meanwhile, getting a bomb drop as she's entering 9. Let's take a look at
There's
the pattern.
1,
Sliddick's gonna
there's
get.
2, there's 3, 1 more to go. Ganon is down.
Not
All
going to
right.
do it unless he runs into the fire multiple times. So
Yeah, and not only is that going to do it for Slidick, but that is a PB, a 2 minute and 37 second PB
Wow,
of 37 minutes. And
37:05.
yeah, that is huge right there. Almost a 3-minute PB in a race. That is
Absolutely.
huge.
Can we get some PB hype in the chat?
you got a bunch of Hyrule drivers going. I think everybody's
Hey.
just hooked on that emote.
Why wouldn't you? That's awesome.
It is an
But
awesome
I'm
emote.
getting some hype going for it.
There we go.
There you go.
And as we're getting the PB hype train rolling, we see Leysa making her way into the first Patra room and going for the Patra skip and taking 3 hearts of damage, but getting through. Having 7 bombs is going to help there. So listening to the old man, going to the next room.
There you go.
One of the few hints that was very easy to understand when you first started playing the game.
So we got Slidick, who will now be moving on to face CAD 1486 in the losers bracket.
We might want to. Oh, go ahead.
Unfortunately, Leysa will be going.
Yeah, we're gonna have to say goodbye to Leysa.
She is already home, technically. She's in her house
Yep.
playing the game. But,
Technicalities.
yeah, technicalities, but it will leave more room for my fellow scrub member to come and do commentary on my races with me, so.
Oh boy! So yeah, you did say Slidick that was going to have to play CAD. We might want to warn Slidick about the infamous game crashing whenever you fight CAD in a race. So we might want to give a little heads up about that.
What are we going to call that? Cat? Is that CAD voodoo?
I thought it was just the CAD. I thought it was the CAD crash.
We'll call it CAD-do. It's like CAD voodoo.
Oh,
Yeah,
that voodoo! Oh, that voodoo! That CAD do?
Yeah, I don't know. If you face CAD, you tend to crash, so.
Leysa now in reverse C, by the way.
And she's taking some beams left and right and gets bubbled once. Down to one Wizrobe left, takes him out, and she'll be opening up the C and the elongated U, as Greenleaf so wanted to call it, which becomes a W if you look at it that way when you push the block. So.
Or an M if you turn your head the other way.
True. There you go.
Or it could be a reverse E.
I think we're overanalyzing this.
Yes, we are.
It's a reverse E room.
Yeah, that's right. 37 minutes and 5 seconds to be in a race and go 2:37 in a personal best on a race. It's just remarkable.
That is insane.
It's amazing. I have seen so many people PB during this tournament, and like you were saying earlier, it's because everybody picked this game up and was practicing it. But it just seems like all the lower, so quote unquote lower seeded people are getting insane times, during these races, and the higher seeds who thought they were going to have an easy time blowing through some of these people are finding out that it ain't that easy.
Nope.
So
the other thing is, I could have it too, is maybe all of the newcomers are just doing what they should be doing and appreciating and throwing up worship to Lord Banana. You knew I had to get one in there.
Oh,
absolutely,
man. Lord Banana. Hello, Slidick.
Hello. Can you hear me?
We can hear you just fine. How's it going?
Pretty swell.
All right. First off, I guess the big question: how does it feel to get almost a 3-minute PB in a race?
I actually didn't get a PB at all.
Oh, you didn't? I'm just going by your splits.
I'm going against averages.
Oh, that was averages. Oh, okay.
Oh.
So forget all the hype we had there.
Whatever. Screw that then.
No. Well, now we all feel like idiots.
Right on.
Well, I'm normally one anyway, so I don't know about the rest of you, but
now the
chat's going to go crazy.
Well, it was a good race against your averages then. So
yes, it was.
So I mean, yeah, your race went pretty
Shy
well.
of my PB.
Yeah.
My one question to you is: did you know where you sat as far as the race was concerned, or did you do this not knowing where Leysa was at any point in time during this race?
I was watching her the whole time.
There you go.
Helped ease my mind a little ways in. Fortunately.
Yeah, she did. She had some troubles with the deaths and especially the screen scrolls, which that cost her a couple minutes ultimately. So
the big thing that really cost her early on was the manhandle fight, but you got him in one kill. How good did it feel once you got laid that bomb and all 4 legs went down?
It's always a good feeling.
And not to interrupt, but we do have Leysa finishing up here with a time on her stream about 42:14. I don't know what race bot's gonna say.
As she lets out a sigh in her own chat, so you can tell she's a little disappointed with the result.
Oh, I would be too. I know how Leysa is.
Absolutely.
Sure, we'll get her in here within the next minute or two.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good race there, Slidick. I mean, nothing really jumped out that, no real errors from what I saw. So, clean. Very clean.
Good clean run. Lots of bomb drops
Yeah, lucky
Yeah.
bomb drops.
everywhere.
Yeah, the bomb gods were definitely with you during this race.
Yep.
Pretty good. So you get to go on and face CAD 1486, and we were just talking about this a little bit ago. Be wary because he does known to crash people's games. If you ask Lack. I mean, he's done it to Lack twice. I mean, yeah. So it's quote unquote hurricane. I don't believe that. So. Send some kind of virus to your computer at your house, and yeah, make sure that you don't get to finish.
It's all that Canadian juju.
Canadian juju.
I see you just put your splits up. You were actually heading into 9 on a personal best path there at 3107. Only 5 seconds off your personal best. Good job.
All right, Elisa, can you hear us?
Yep.
Oh, there she is.
Hi, Lisa.
Hello.
Hello, Lisa.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you guys?
Okay, we're just gonna talk to each other. Forget the whole interview thing.
Is Slidick in here? Yeah. Hey, good job, man.
Good
You
game.
smoked me. I hear you improved your PB by quite a good bit there. So.
Actually,
actually
no, it
lied.
was just his average.
Oh, your average.
Yeah,
Okay.
we were
He's
we were
5.9 off.
we were corrected.
Oh, okay. Well, either way,
But it was a hell of a run.
it was a hell of a good time you turned in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, Lisa, we saw some of your racing stuff, and unfortunately, we saw your walks of shame that you had unfortunately had to incur. Obviously, that was after Troll Handler did his part in level 1 to you.
Yeah,
Right.
Troll Handler decided to hug Lisa just a little too much.
Yeah.
I have not had a good kill on him in a couple of weeks. I don't know what it's been, but troll handler. So
Definitely.
it happens. I've been having to stab him to death lately.
Hey, that's what
So.
you need to do. Yeah.
But yeah, I usually leave out the Lost Hills scroll because that one is just it's bad if you miss it. So but I
Did you-
usually hit the Lost Woods one, but apparently not tonight.
Did you have Slidick's race up, his stream up?
My husband had the restream up behind me, so I could kind of glance over and see. But
Yeah, because I'm wondering if that was that kind of the reason why you took that that shortcut, quote unquote shortcut through the Lost Woods, because you knew the time difference that you had going.
no, I mean at that point it was I missed the scroll, so
Yeah,
I'm not gonna sit there and do it.
Yeah, definitely. That's
I
fine.
usually give it like 1 or 2 tries in a race setting, and if I don't hit it, then walk of shame it is. So
Yeah.
whatever, you gotta embrace it, right?
Yeah, but it's all right. I mean, it was a good run. Besides a couple of little things that the troll handler thing, and
Aside from 3, it was actually a pretty decent run.
Yeah.
I thought, but
you had some good good combat in 8. I saw you killing some blue dark nuts.
yeah,
Pretty good. So I mean, can't complain.
6, 8, and 9 were pretty good, but I was too far behind by then. So
Won't lie, I was looking forward to a scrub showdown between Leysa and Cad coming
Yeah.
up, but
I just wanted to see
Unfortunately,
a
it wa-
door bomb.
I actually thought about doing that, but
I would have
short.
marked
I was
so
short
hard.
of. I was short on bombs, so I could not do that.
Yeah.
And Slidick, have fun with Cad, man. He's a beast.
Well, we were speaking of that. We were telling Slidick how Cad likes to crash people's games, so we told him they've done it to Lack a couple times, so to be careful and wary of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Cad is consistent as hell. He's a tough one to beat. So
He sure is. He had some good races. He had 2 good races against Lack, so.
I still blame it on all that Canadian juju.
And Greenleaf isn't allowed in Canada ever again.
What makes you think I'm allowed in Canada to begin with?
Well, there you go. That's probably it. You're close enough to it, right across the border. So,
I'm at the southern tip of Maine. It's actually like a 7 to 8 hour drive for me to get anywhere close to Canada.
Yeah, I
And the
know.
fastest way is actually through New York, of all places.
Yeah,
Ugh.
you're like a 15-minute drive down to Boston. So
Yeah, Boston is a lot closer.
I know
I'm-
exactly.
I'm closer to the Canadian border than Greenleaf is.
See, there you go.
Hmm
I'll make sure to warn the Border Patrol.
So yeah, if you see a 300 pound overly zealous Irishman coming your way, you're in trouble.
Oh, that's hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I guess that will do it. You guys have anything else to add? Ask Slidick or Lisa here.
Nope. The one thing I'm going to add, though, is if you guys in the channel already haven't, make sure you go both to both of their streams, twitch.tv/Leysamie and twitch.tv/Slidick, and shoot both of them a follow, because they definitely deserve it after the race.
Yeah, they're both definitely great racers and good people, entertaining. So check them both out.
So if that's going to be it, all for us here, after this, what we're all going to do is we're going to be sending you all to Jam Evil, because he's got the next race tonight, and that is going to be Tegenos versus Bit Personal. So we're gonna all head over there, and for Adirondack Rick, Mike Stone, 1979, Slidick, and Leysamie, I am the Greenleaf Effect. Everybody have a good night.
Yeah, you won't be
Thank you,
getting rid of me.
guys.
You won't be getting rid of me that easy because I'm doing the commentary over on Jam's channel too.
Good day, everyone.
So I'll catch you all over there.
And thank you, Eunice, for picking up the restream and for
Yes, thank
everyone
you.
that did commentary.
And
I
everybody,
appreciate it.
everybody follow Unos on Twitter at UnosXX.
That's
Eunice
correct.
is-
He just
Eunice
signed
is-
up today.
Has now joined the Twitterverse. So.
Yep, I can feel special. Mine was in his first tweet.
I'm here.
So yeah, follow Unos on Twitter.
Have a good night, everybody.
See you guys later.